I don't know what was going on in Jamaica in the 1900s, but it had two people there claiming to be Moses. One of them said that they're John, the other one said that they're a prince and a king, even though Jamaica doesn't crown anybody. Well, anyway, Haile Selassie I said, we believe that from truth alone is born liberty, and that only an educated people can consider itself as really free and matter of its fate. He also said in Revelation, they shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful. So right now we got to remember what Garvey said. Remember when Marcus Garvey said. What he said was this. He kept dissing Jah. But Capleton, who we all love, he need to just change this up a little. He said, boy, if you diss Marcus, then you bite the dust. And if you diss Selassie, boy, you're going to die. It should be, if you love him, you live. If you hate him, you Garvey. Because Garvey did not like Selassie. Therefore, he could never be the prophet of Jah. How you could be the prophet of Jah when you're telling people to not follow Jah? You're telling people to follow you. So this is what he said. Selassie kept the majority of his countrymen and served them. He also said that Selassie lost to Mussolini. He said a whole bunch of stuff, and none of them was good. So when Haile Selassie saw him, Selassie snubbed him. Why would I want to say what's up to you when you telling everybody around the world bad about me? So God's truth is not subject to man's opinion. So let's look and see who Garvey is.
Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died.
He came over to see Booker T. after he died. That's real smart. Continue.
So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed.
He felt he was better than them also.
So he said, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will.
In other words, he was trying to create his own followers to follow him. He wasn't telling his Garveyites to be Israelites and to follow Jah. Nah, he wanted you to follow him and his government.
The reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world.
So he has 6 million people following him. Then he's going to tell them to look forward to the crowning of the king. He didn't say follow the king because they're both on different levels. They're both talking different stuff. So if you believe in Garvey, you might as well believe in the China space mission. If you believe in Garvey, you might as well believe in that. As if that was real. Garvey jested at Ethiopia. So he said some jested at Ethiopia fell victim to the fascist aggression. Remember, Garvey said that Haile Selassie lost to Mussolini. But history has mocked the jesters by showing that those who laughed in mockery lost their battle for freedom in a matter of days. Only the vital resources of a nation, or as we have already said, the people's selfless dedication and vigilance to overcome difficulties. Jah guide. If not, you're going to believe in stuff like this.
Redocking footage. This is absolutely ridiculous. These are 1960s special effects and are obviously fake to even a child. Look at the jerky motions. Look at the total lack of thrusters being used. I've had many people ask me if this is genuine NASA footage, and
so is a Garveyite going to go to God and be like, nah, I don't want to be an Israel, I want to be a Garveyite. And he's going to look at you like, what in the what?
Which one of you is from the New York Times? You know there's only two genders, right? There's only two genders, and they know that in Iowa. I challenge the New York Times reporter and the Washington Post reporter to try to milk a cow and then try to milk a bull and see how that goes.
Anyway, at the end of the day, follow Jah, love Jah.